to go out. Unbelievable. I've watched you play in this league for 12 years. Could you have written a better script?
No, I really couldn't. I can't believe it. It's just unbelievable. Who'd have thought we'd have swept. And Pokey for right from him right on out. I've been here. This is my 4th cup, and it gets better and better every time. Believe me. You're the first media guy I met in town, and this is unbelievable. I tell you, this is great.
I'll tell you something, because it was about a year ago, probably one of the low points of your career, sitting next to me in the box when Kalamazoo knocked you out. Now you're ending your career. What style?
There's nothing left. I don't know what else to say.
Congratulations, Scotty. Great job. We're going to try and get Pokey Reddick. Pokey. Here is the man of the hour, Pokey Reddick, who stopped everything but the kitchen sink in these Turner Cup playoffs. Pokey, what else is there to say? An incredible series.
I thought everybody played well. We know what we had to do to win, and we came out and just focused, and we worked hard all the way through. That's what we wanted to do.
You know, you've been on a Stanley Cup winner in Edmonton. Have you ever played like this in your life? I mean, just astounding. Everybody in North America now knows about Pokey Reddick, and I'm sure you have a bright future, but for 12 consecutive games, invincible.
I just wanted to play hard. It's a playoffs. I know a lot of people are watching. I just want to have a good playoffs. I can't thank my wife and my son who have been behind me the whole way, and some friends I've had, like the Tawawis. It's been phenomenal. They've been behind me the whole time. I can't appreciate it. It's just unbelievable.
You know, you face the most pressure. What's the cup mean to you?
It means I completed my goal that I set for the middle of the year, and I think we all did. We worked hard, and the biggest thing is to come out a winner, and we are a winner this time.
Pokey, great job. Probably one of the greatest efforts of goaltending I've ever seen in history. Best of luck, pal. Super job.
Thanks a lot.
Well, there is obviously the most valuable player of these Turner Cup playoffs.
What a feeling. All day today, I was so emotional. I thought about my mom. I thought about the players that were here 3 years ago. And now we're the Turner Cup champions after 20 years, and it's great. Baby, it is great.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you.
Yep. Here's one of the other Franke brothers who put together this marvelous organization. Michael, I can't believe it for quite a while. What else is there to say?
Hey, it's a dream for both of us, isn't it? You've had a dream here. We've had a dream. It's finally been accomplished. These guys have just played tremendous hockey for the last 8 weeks. I can't believe it. And I want to thank my mom who's looking down on us.
You know, I talked about that a little earlier. There's another guy who was looking down on us, too. One of the great contributors to Comet hockey in history, Bud Gallmeyer. They're probably sharing the same box.
Absolutely. Right now, they're toasting the Fort Wayne Komets.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of toasting of the Fort Wayne Komets. Michael, congratulations.
Thank you, Ken.
Well, just an unbelievable moment here at Memorial Coliseum. Let's go over this way. We're about to have the Turner Cup presentation. First of all, there'll be the Poyle Award presented to the most valuable player of the Turner Cup playoffs, and guess who that's going to be? Pokey Reddick, the most valuable player of these Turner Cup playoffs. Just an incredible job. He came into tonight with an almost 95% save percentage, and all he did was go out and let in 1 goal, 40 saves. And how can you up a 95% save percentage? Pokey Reddick did it.
And now we have the acting captain, Kevin McDonald.
And now the moment many of us have been waiting for 20 long years. Colin Shin, who had to miss the finals with a dislocated wrist, and the guy who took over wearing the C, Kevin McDonald, along with Ian Boyce and Kerry Lusick, will receive that cherished cup. After 20 long seasons, Mr. Turner is back home. Moment, Tom Barry pointing out how the Franke organization saved hockey in Fort Wayne 3 years ago. So this tremendous tradition in this city can continue. And the fans return that faith in kind. Tremendous support by these Komet fans. 24 sellouts during the regular season. what a tremendous sports community this city has become, and especially as far as supporting the Fort Wayne Komets. Here we go. A few weeks ago it seemed so far away, but now it is here. The Turner Cup is in the hands of the Fort Wayne Komets. The cup is the Komets. The first bottle of bubbly is out and has found the head of Al Sims. Champagne is flowing at the Coliseum. The Komets have won the Turner Cup. And here we go, the traditional skate. Kevin McDonald, who came over and provided tremendous leadership, raw guts. Scotty Gruel has the cup. He's held it hot before. What a moment for Scott Gruel. Of a brilliant career. Kelly Hurd, what a job he did. Gives it a hug like he'd never let it go. One of the Komet favorites, Ian Boyce, kissing the cup. Paul Willett, 7 big goals in this series, starting out with the hat trick in Game 1 in San Diego. Guy Dupuis. Lee Davidson made up that tremendous line with Hankinson and Boyce. The hustle line. Steve Fletcher hoists the cup high. And now Grant Richardson. What a moment in Komet history. Joel Savage, who became such a force in front of the Komet goal. Bob Wilkie rejoined the team for the playoffs after playing with Adirondack. And also some with Hershey. There's Peter Hankinson. Hank started the season in San Diego. And now he's hoisting the Turner Cup in Fort Wayne. And another guy who started out with the goals, Jean-Marc Richard. That perhaps the trade that made this team what it was. Igor Chivarev, and the crowd loves it. Igor, 7 big goals in the playoffs. And as you heard from Kevin Maxwell, the Hartford scout between periods, the Whalers would love to have him. And now Pokey Reddick. Pokey shows off the Turner Cup that he most richly deserves. Just take it all in. There's Steve Wilson. Hey, is he going to have a day tomorrow? He's getting married tomorrow. And now the Komets are starting to head to the locker room so they can continue the celebration. We've got Coach Al Sims with us. Coach Al Sims. Al, we talked before the game, and it still seemed awfully far away. Now it's here, and you put together this organization.
Unbelievable, Kent. I'm drenched in champagne. I feel great, and it's just the pinnacle of anything we've ever done. It's just a great feeling. I was here 4 years, and I'm just glad I got the job done.
Well, and you did get the job done. Again, you put together a great hockey club. I've never seen a team, again, so focused, so dedicated to accomplishing mission.
Discipline was a big key, and you saw us lost it again tonight. Our team kept their composure all night, just like we did all 11 games, 12 games, and just an incredible ride.
Al is 12-0. Now you can drink some champion.
Hey, we're number one, that's for sure. We couldn't be happier about it. You know, it's an old adage, just don't jinx yourselves. You know that. I was giving you a hard time about it, but right now I can say we're number one, and we deserve it.
Bobby, it's been great working with you. I'm sorry you couldn't be on the ice in uniform, but you did a great job for us, and you're every bit the champion. Can't wait to see your ring.
Well, thanks a lot, Kent. It was a pleasure to do it with you, but I feel I'm more at home down here on the ice. But thanks a lot, and it was my pleasure to join you.
Folks, it's been an outstanding run by the Fort Wayne Komets. 12 straight wins. You can't do better than that. They complete the sweep. The Komets have the Turner Cup, and the party has begun. It'll probably last, until maybe about August. But it won't be long before the Frankies already start thinking about next season. The packed house is still here. They are ready to party. They're ready to celebrate. We'll have more coming up on 33 News, 10 at 10, or I guess I should say 10 at 11:20. The Komets have won the Turner Cup. For Bobby J, I'm Ken Horman. Final score, the Komets win the Turner Cup 6-1. Thanks for joining us. This has been a TV 33.
The series and bring the Turner Cup back home to the Fort for the first time in 20 years. Well, as you can imagine, fans at the Jungle were going wild, and Betsy Thompson tells how their secret weapon clipped the wings of the San Diego Gulls.
It wasn't housework on the minds of these Komets-crazed fans, more like the prospect of a Florida-Zip playoff victory over the San Diego Gulls. Fans provided the brooms, hoping the Komets would do the rest.
I have a broom so we can have a clean sweep tonight. That's the way it's going to be. The whole series has been a sweep, so I know tonight will be a sweep.
That's my little broom because they're going to sweep tonight. It looks more like a paintbrush. Well, it's a little broom, but a big sweep.
This is your basic sweep for the Komets, 12-0. This is your 12-0 sign. This is pumping us right here. I'm very pumped for these guys right now. I see 12-0 tonight. Let's go, K's. I'm ready for this win. Let's go! Let's go!
So much for walking softly and carrying a big stick, even if there is a broom attached to the end of it.
Well, we wanted to ask the Gulls what they thought about giving up a clean sweep. They were a little preoccupied. Imagine them giving these fans the brush off.
No one in the stands seemed to mind, though, confident their brooms would give the Komets the push they needed to sweep the Gulls right off the ice. Betsy Thompson, TV 33, 24-hour news.
The Komets also set an IHL record by sweeping every game in each round of the playoffs, a perfect 12.
Not much left to say. I think the emotion is just about wrung out of us all. The Komets have won the Turner Cup. I was 19 years old the last time that puppy was in here, and it sure is good to see it after a long absence. I'm with one of the really, truly heroes of this hockey club, Ian Boyce. And, Ian, we were talking earlier about, I think the team felt they could do this, but 12 in a row.
There's simply no explanation for it. I tell you, if you would have said we would have been here in December, it would have been a long shot, definitely a long shot to bet on. But the guys bared down. We worked real hard. If there was any game that we really had to fight for, it was tonight. They played really well early in the game. Pokey stood on his head until we got our offense going, and can't say enough about all the guys and their heart and courage and everybody who contributed, including the front office, for bringing in players. I mean, we had some adversity. I mean, we lost Bobby, we lost Chinner. I mean, those are guys who are big in the locker room and around all year, and they did an excellent job. The guys who filled in, Guy Dupuis and everybody else, just an awesome feeling.
Congratulations, you're a champion.
Thanks a lot, Kevin.
Ian Boyce, again, truly one of the superstars of this hockey club. That great line with Hankinson and Davidson getting the job done at both ends of the ice. Well, we'll have more to talk about if we can get ourselves back together again in the sports. Let's send it back to you, Linda and Jim.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ken.
Never. For this hockey club to move would take the Franke brothers to move too, and we're not going to move. That's just the way it is. We've lived here our whole lives, and I plan on raising my children here in Fort Wayne, and that's not going to become a possibility for us. The Fort Wayne...
Not that anyone
celebration with the boys in the locker room at 1:15, and it was just getting started. So I'll tell you what, I figure the Fort Wayne Komets are just waking up at this hour. They partied hard and long last night and this morning, and why not? 12 straight wins in the first Turner Cup title in 20 years for the boys of orange and black. Let's look back on last night's big night first with the 6-1 clinching win over San Diego, and it does not come easy. The Gulls come out flying, but Pokey Reddick stops Scott Arneal and the rest early, but he's finally solved on a blast by Lindy Ruff that made it a little tense in the jungle in the first 8 minutes. Then the K's get it going. Bob Wilkie gets the shot here. Paul Willett gets the tip in front. And that's a 1-1 tie, and the Komets are back in it. And then what proves to be the game winner, Scott Gruhl turning a pass back to Wilkie, coming over the blue line. He whips it past Clint Malarchuk. 2-1 Komets after one. Tide had turned. Inevitable had begun. K's moved to a 3-1 lead in the second. Igor Chibarev potting the rebound. Later, several of the Komets would say this was the goal that made him feel it was going to happen. That right there in Game 4. Scoring not done, though. San Diego trying to knock Pokey out, decking him a couple of times, getting themselves back in the penalty box with this. And it just mounted for the K's. Willett second of the night on the rebound from Grant Richardson's shot to make it 4-1 in the third, as Willett comes in and pots the bot right there. And then Gruhl with a late dish to Joel Savage, much as they've done in a key play in San Diego early in the series to make it 5-1. And then Igor with a sixth goal, cashing in on the rebound of Dave Smith's shot. That made it 6-1, and all that was left was to count the clock. And the countdown was done. The Gulls were done. The Komets had done the record-breaking 12 straight wins and a march to their fourth Turner Cup title, their first in 20 years. They mobbed Pokey Reddick at the goal and just in short looked for someone to hug and scream at this team that had just galvanized in the final month of the season and stormed to this championship like a runaway train. And then they took their little goaltender who had won himself a spot back in the National Hockey League, surely with his sparkling play in his past few weeks, and they lined up to take the congratulations of probably the still shell-shocked San Diego Gulls. The Bud Poyle Trophy to the playoff MVP. Well, if you can't figure out who that goes to, where have you been? And then it was time for the big prize. Injured captain Colin Chin, his stand-in with the C on the sweater Kevin MacDonald, alternates Kerry Lusick and Ian Boyce, and the trophy belonged to the Fort Wayne Komets, and the rest of the K storm in to get their hands on the hardware that they'd worked so hard to achieve. And with the crowd in the uproar, the boys shoved off to begin the victory march led by Captain Kevin MacDonald. And then the celebration moved to the locker room. The champagne flowed. Some of it is a drink. Some of it is squirting the eyes and hair of whoever was around. It was a time none of these guys probably ever wanted to see end. Wins like this do not come often, and the boys of the jungle were in a celebration mode.
And I can't even express, what it feels. 4 straight, and no one thought we could do that. Except the guys in here. And I can't hear, but it's incredible.
You guys did take it up one notch at a time.
Yeah, we did. We just did the little things. We stayed to a game plan. Al Sims had us on, and it worked, and here we are.
That was the goal of the whole playoffs. They're bringing it up every game, and that's what we did. We're playing a big team, San Diego, and we play Atlanta, we play Cleveland, we played the best hockey the whole year, and it's unbelievable.
I've been around for a number of years now, and it's just great. It really hasn't sunk in with me yet.
I'm just so proud of all the guys in this dressing room. Everybody, even guys that weren't playing. It's unbelievable effort from everyone. I just can't explain the feeling. It's incredible.
This team never quit, never stops turning the other cheek, never stops taking abuse, and now the abuse is all going to go away over the summer. This cup and the rings on our finger.
And it's not done yet. A victory parade will kick off Monday night at 6:30 at Fire Station 1 downtown at Main and Lafayette. It'll go to the Coliseum where the annual fan club party will be held. Open to the public, a $5 admission charge. It covers soda and snacks, and some of that money will go to charity. There is a memorabilia and jersey auction. It should be for San Diego.
And thousands of loyal screaming fans shared in the glory. Relentless cheering of 8,000 fans made the Komets' Turner Cup win even sweeter.
I'm Brady go for another one, too.
Woo! I'm happy. I about to start crying. It was great. Woo!
They're awesome. Igor, yes! Turner Cup champions! Look, yes!
Many fans say they knew the Komets would make a clean sweep of it, winning the championship 4-0.
It's not the fact that we have the cup.
All right.
It's the fact that we creamed every team we went up against this year.
Well, to the community itself, I think it's definitely a step to show that Fort Wayne's sports-oriented, and it shows that we can come back. We've come back from a lot of things. We come back from when Harvester left, and we came back when the Komets left, and they're here to stay, and we're all happy they're here to stay.
It's great to see 8,000 fans out here every night, you know, that they play. You know, hockey's back in Fort Wayne thanks to the Frankies.
Never get tired of watching that.
That was fun last night. It looks even better now.
It does.
Threw Pokey into the air, and the playoff MVP who had seen these things before says it is still something very, very special.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I had the Stanley up, now I had this one, and, you know, it's the best feeling in the whole world.
Can't ask for much more, you know, 8,200 people just literally losing it right now, and I know that celebration in the locker room is going to be incredible, and I can't describe the feeling, Dean. I've won it 4 times. It gets better every time, believe me.
And after the handshake with the vanquished Gulls, the Komets gathered to take their prize, the Turner Cup, the 4th Komet team to win it, the first in 20 years. With their record streak in the postseason of 12 wins in a row, they all leaned in to get a feel of the cup, and then the parade lap began with Kevin McDonald. And then the celebration moved from the ice to the locker room where the bubbly and the beer flowed freely as the Komets continued to whoop it up. The music blaring. It lasted for several hours right there in the locker room, and the boys, one by one, gave us their thoughts on this big, big night.
Dressing room, you know, everybody, that even guys that weren't playing, it's unbelievable effort from everyone.
I've never been so nervous, so wound up, and so tired from just watching a game in my life. I much would have rather played it, but the outcome's unbelievable. Who cares?
As frustrating as it is, I still feel a strong part of it because all the guys sat out. We're as good as anybody playing, and that's why we won, because we're a team.
I'm very happy. No words. Very happy. This first time for me, before never. The boys play with pain. I mean, they do what it takes. They did what it took to win a championship.
The team never quit, never stops turning the other cheek, never stops taking abuse, and now the abuse is all going to go away over the summer, this cup and the rings on our finger.
You were watching the Turner Cup champion Komets on TV 33. Can you believe a week's passed already? Photographer Crystal Walker spent some time taking pictures as the last seconds ticked away before the confetti flew. Here's what you thought of the victory in tonight's Friday night video.
Komets win the cup! The Komets win the cup!
Amazing. Simply amazing.
Great, man! It's great! Number 1! I'm hoarse, but that's okay. Why, Komets?
They're awesome! It's great!
I think Pokey Reddick is unreal. I think he's a magic man. This is the greatest thing that ever happened to Fort Wayne in 20 years.
Oh, this is great. I remember the last Turner Cup 20 years ago, just like it happened yesterday.
I think it's great. I don't know any other team that swept like that 12 games in a row.
It makes me feel like a little kid again. I've been coming since 1959. I've been a fan since then, and the team's just been on an incredible roll. The way they played up and down some of the regular season, it didn't seem possible, but they've almost been playing unconscious, especially Pokey, and I think all of us really relish the moment, and we're looking forward to next year again already.
We're number one!